Harassment is illegal and not tolerated in any workplace. Harassment can inflict serious damage on an organization's productivity and morale. It causes absenteeism, employee turnover, depression, illness, embarrassment, and humiliation. And being named in a harassment complaint could destroy an individual's job, reputation, and career. Managers are the most effective resource an organization has to combat harassment. In addition to avoiding harassing behaviors themselves, managers and supervisors are responsible for preventing harassment among the employees they supervise. Courts have ruled that an organization and its managers can be held liable even if they did not know that an employee was being harassed. Therefore, it's vitally important that managers and supervisors understand what constitutes harassment in the workplace and how to prevent it. Workplace harassment occurs when people are treated poorly or unfairly because of a perceived difference. Court rulings have established protected groups that are afforded legal protection from workplace harassment. These groups are defined by race, color, and national origin; religion, either because of a person's faith or beliefs, or pressure to join or convert to a faith; disability, either mental or physical; family status, including marital status and pregnancy; gender; age for employees 40 and over; genetic information; sexual orientation, and gender identity. In addition, local laws and organizational policies prohibit the harassment of many other groups of employees. To put it simply, harassment of any type is unacceptable. When harassing conduct is continuous and unwanted, it can result in illegal harassment. This type of harassment is called hostile environment, and it occurs when the conduct unreasonably interferes with an individual's work performance or creates an intimidating, hostile, or offensive working environment. Harassing jokes, comments, or other behaviors can create a hostile work environment, even if they aren't directly targeted at the individual making the harassment complaint. Harassment is not limited to just coworkers. It can also occur with individuals not directly employed by an organization. Individuals such as patients, contractors, consultants, delivery persons, salespersons, vendors, and customers. Harassment can occur anywhere that employees represent their organizations. This includes work parties, dinner with clients, conferences, trade shows, sales calls, and charity events. In order to define harassing behavior, the courts have adopted the reasonable person standard. In other words, would a reasonable person find the behavior offensive? The following behaviors are unacceptable in any workplace and could lead to illegal harassment: verbal, physical, or cyberbullying, including ridicule, mockery, insults, put-downs, threats, or physically blocking a person's movement or ability to work; the use of demeaning or offensive names, or the use of slurs or epithets; gossiping or spreading rumors about coworkers; telling insensitive jokes that are demeaning or degrading to a particular race, culture, sex, or any other protected group; menacing looks or gestures intended to threaten, intimidate, or humiliate a coworker; sexual harassment, which includes any continuous unwanted behavior of a sexual nature, whether physical, visual, or verbal; making disparaging comments about a person's job ability, such as "he is too old to understand technology"; excluding or isolating someone from work-related activities and assignments because of a non-work-related reason, such as race, religion, gender, or sexual orientation; texting pictures, messages, or videos that offend or harass a coworker; sending offensive or harassing emails, viewing offensive websites, and using social networking sites for harassing or offensive behavior. In addition to hostile environment harassment, there are two types of harassment that managers specifically need to avoid: harassing or discriminatory behaviors that result in a tangible employment action, such as hiring, firing, demotion, or promotion. This includes passing over employees for promotions and work assignments. For example, a manager who has chosen not to promote a pregnant woman for no other reason than the fact that she is pregnant has committed illegal discrimination. Quid pro quo harassment, which occurs when a manager or supervisor withholds or awards job benefits on the basis of sexual favors. What is the manager's role in preventing harassment? Preventing harassment starts with managers and supervisors setting the example. This happens not only by following the organization's policies and procedures, but also by making the goal of a respectful workplace their top priority. Managers should always take harassment seriously. This means never telling or laughing at inappropriate jokes or comments, even if the manager thinks his or her employees will not be offended. A manager's actions are the single most important factor in preventing harassment in the workplace. Employees should be educated through ongoing formal sexual harassment prevention training sessions and through informal counseling sessions when managers encounter inappropriate behaviors that need to be addressed. Training and counseling sessions should be well documented. Employees should receive a copy of the organization's harassment policy, and employees should sign a document that states that they have read and understand the policy. It's critical that managers clearly communicate the organization's progressive discipline policy as it pertains to harassment. Employees need to understand that written warnings, suspension, demotion, and even termination could result from inappropriate behaviors. In addition, employees should be warned that it's illegal to retaliate for a harassment complaint, and that retaliation will also lead to disciplinary actions up to and including termination. Managers should periodically inspect the workplace for objectionable items, artwork, and behaviors. A manager's presence in work areas can greatly reduce inappropriate conduct and catch minor problems before they rise to the level of illegal harassment. Managers should watch for warning signs of unreported harassment, such as changes in behavior or appearance, increased absences, withdrawal from coworkers, avoidance of particular people, or negative changes to work performance. Encourage employees to speak up if they feel they are being harassed or if they witness the harassment of a coworker. Employees are not always comfortable reporting harassment to their direct supervisor. The option of reporting to another manager or the Human Resources Department should be clearly communicated as part of the organization's policy. When managers receive harassment complaints, they should listen carefully, remain objective, refrain from offering opinions, and carefully document all the facts. Thorough documentation is critical. Document the inappropriate behavior, the actions taken to stop the behavior, and any interviews you conduct with the victim, accused, or witnesses. Most of the time, employees reporting a complaint just want the harassment to stop. They don't want to get anyone in trouble, and they may even be fearful of the effect it might have on their careers and ask for confidentiality. While every manager should strive for as much confidentiality as possible, employees should be informed that some level of information must be shared as part of an investigation. However, employees should be assured that retaliation for a complaint will not be tolerated in their workplace. Employees should be encouraged to confront their harasser directly. Studies have shown that simply asking the harasser to stop will end the harassment 90% of the time. If an employee is not comfortable confronting the harasser and the conduct is only mildly inappropriate and isolated, then a discreet reminder from a manager is usually enough to stop the behavior. However, if the harassing behavior continues, involves a manager or supervisor, or is physically aggressive or threatening in nature, a formal investigation may need to be conducted. In most cases, the complaint will be reported to the Human Resources or Legal Department. They will either conduct an investigation themselves or refer the complaint to an outside investigator. Managers should be prepared to hand the investigator thorough documentation of all the facts of the case. Managers who are responsible for conducting formal investigations should conduct interviews with the victim, the accused, and any witnesses, in addition to acquiring nonverbal evidence, such as electronic communications, pictures, and notes. If disciplinary action is warranted, then it should be enforced promptly, using the organization's progressive discipline policy. In addition, periodic follow-up should be implemented to make sure that retaliation does not take place. It's every manager's responsibility to create a safe, comfortable environment for all employees, a workplace free of harassment and fear and full of respect. Managers who take this duty seriously will not only avoid legal trouble, but will create a healthy, productive work environment with high employee morale as well.